Is it normal for PBN links to have no traffic?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty it's pretty common. I remember, like, especially first getting started in PBNs. Um, yeah, that question gets brought up a whole lot. Hypothetical, is a equivalent PBN with traffic going to be better than the equivalent PBN with no traffic? Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is. How much better? I would venture to guess it's, pretty worthwhile, but overall, when I'm using PBNs, I can't say that I'm too worried about that. Um, the objective of the PBN is to have that homepage contextual backpost, or a homepage contextual backlink on the post. And you're deriving the power because predominantly the homepage is going to have the most backlinks pointed at it, or you're going to be 301ing the inner page links to the homepage, and then that's going to add a whole lot of crawlability to your asset via that backlink, right? So, is it a must for a PBN to have traffic? Absolutely not. A lot of PBNs exist in the backwoods of the SERP somewhere. They're so long as they're indexed, and so long as the posts that are going up on them are indexed, then you'll see that they are resonating, right? So they are being crawled. They do have importance, but at the same time, they're not quite important enough to show to a huge amount of traffic.
Actually,
And you'll
right.
come to find that, even a really strong PBN that does get a decent amount of traffic, it's going to die off over time, right? Because that traffic is going to tell Google that there's something weird about this site, um, because the
I mean, like
content
high
is going
bounce
to be
rate.
dedicated, right? Yeah, it's very common to see PBNs with no traffic. That doesn't mean they don't work or that they're not worthwhile to get. It's just, name of the game when you're playing with PBNs.
Yeah, I'll just add a couple things to this real quick. One thing is the obsession with traffic on links.
Yeah.
This is kind of something that's been a newer um, way that people think over the past couple of years or whatever. And I get it. A site that has traffic is a healthy site, right? But at the same time, I kind of I just don't look at PBNs at all like I would any other site. That's not what it's just not what they are. And so yeah, PBN might have traffic, but at the same time, in general, PBN links, they're cheap. You're not trying to spend a ton of money on these things, or else it just wouldn't be worth it for one link to your target or however many sites you're linking to. So they're not maintained in the same way as like an actual website that's actually really trying to rank for stuff and going out trying to get new links for themselves all the time and this and that. PBN is a repurposed old site. You're just reharnessing the links that are already there, and it kind of, you're putting new content in on it every now and then, but it's just not really um, taken care of with the same kind of love that someone's actual website that they're using, or else
Yeah.
it just doesn't make
And
sense to do
And
that.
on the other side of the token, like, if you're trying to consider what's natural, right? A lot of people like to assume they know what's natural based on, what they see in the SERPs, but a lot of things are left out of the SERPs, right? Like, how many mom and pop shops out there do you think have had a website built, don't know what backlinks are? It gets some word of mouth traffic, but it basically just exists the same way a PBN would, as a dead site in the backwoods SERPs, middle of nowhere, right? But Google knows these are legit sites. They are businesses. They are, used for whatever. They're just not high value targets. So they don't get SERP positions and traffic analytics, et cetera, right? However, those PBNs that you're talking about with, quote, no traffic, if you were, which you wouldn't do, to put them into GSC, you would come to find that they do get traffic, even though Ahrefs is showing that they've got zero traffic. It's super uncommon that they wouldn't have anybody ever wander on their site, or at least bots or something, right? So always take that into consideration, that Ahrefs, though Ahrefs is saying that they've crawled your site and it's got no traffic value, Ahrefs doesn't have the same information that Google does. Google can go a lot deeper, so things to consider.
Yeah, and I'll just say that, traffic, we like traffic. I like links from sites that have traffic than that don't have traffic. But, Ahrefs traffic estimations are, like you're talking, it's just an estimation of how much traffic they're getting based on their rankings. And let's be real, a site can have a good amount of backlinks with a homepage link that'd be very good for you, and they could just not really be ranking on anything, on high pages. Just because you have 100 backlinks to your website doesn't mean you're going to rank anywhere past page 5 even. You could just have horrible rankings. All your articles could be about competitive stuff. Your site could have 100 links and you're just not ranking for stuff, and Ahrefs is going to give you a big fat 0 for traffic. And that does not mean that a homepage link from a site that you're harnessing 100 backlinks from can't be good for you. You just kind of really have to look at it in a different kind of way. But yeah, also I'll just sort of add in there, I think that the people's emphasis on traffic right now for backlinks is kind of just in the beginning, I felt like it was okay, but now I feel like it's kind of like bordering like unreasonable. Like, I feel like people just really want traffic.
Everything has to do with the fads that the gurus are all preaching, right?
It's just what's hot right now.
They all jump on something and then they just keep attacking it and they use it to sell products or whatever. It's all. Yeah,
it almost makes me just want to restructure all of our products by traffic.
Well, and you could. And there's people that do that, right? They switch up their business model every time, there's a new trend, and that's what they jump on, and then that's how they move product, right? Or that's how they fear monger and get people to listen to them more. But the fact of the matter is, it's not based in reality. It's based to game some marketing.
I definitely think that's a little bit based in reality. I just feel like people.
But to say you have to have traffic values to earn gains is it's bull.
Yeah, it definitely. We're definitely not saying that sites with traffic are bad, or that traffic's not important. If you could have a site with a lot of traffic versus a site with no traffic, these are actually real websites. We're not talking about PBNs. Then of course take the one with traffic. But at the same time, if the other one doesn't have as much traffic, but there's other things that value into how effective a backlink is going to be other than just the traffic. And that's my problem with the whole thing, is I feel like people have really started to put way too much emphasis on the traffic thing, and they just kind of turned a blind eye on everything else. It's like their brains kind of turned off, and they forgot there's a lot more to SEO than one little number that Ahrefs is showing you, right?
Right.
I wish it was that easy. That would be awesome. Like if you just look at one number, it's like, ooh, very good.
Yeah.
Then that would make our job a lot easier. But it's just not really the way of the world.
Dude, if anything about SEO was that cut and dry and that easy, then there'd be like no purpose for us even making videos or doing any of this. We'd all just, be ranking and making, money, no problem. But the fact is, then Google wouldn't be making money.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the description below for links to our blog for more info on this topic, along with a bunch of other cool stuff like case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell if you enjoyed the video. Thanks and happy ranking.